episode 2. Recording episode 2 right now. Check it out. I got a table. It's going to be way better than episode 1. I already told y'all. Well, I told myself. I was like, fuck episode 1. Episode 1 sucks. And all my friends were like, hey, don't cuss for the 10 minutes of your episode or it'll get demonetized. And I'm like, okay then. This won't obviously probably be the intro, but I'm going to try this new method of recording. I hope this looks better. I hope it's a better way to put the show together. If this works well and I can put it all together a couple of times, then I can start getting my friends out here, get everybody out here, and we can start having a real podcast, you know? And doing it right, putting it together the right way. I learned of a new tool I'm going to check out called Anchor. But right now, oh, bless me. Right now I've got this. I got my phone, I got my microphone, I got my camera, my microphone, all that set up, looking at the table, looking at me. Should be good quality. Man, it was a good night. Just got done at the comedy show at Vorshay's. It was fire. You should have been there. If you weren't there, you missed out. It was packed house, great crowd. Who am I kidding? The crowd was alright. Some of them were great, some of them didn't give a shit. But it was a packed house, and it was a good show. So, you missed out if you weren't there. Man, I had a good set. A lot of other people were having good sets. It was just a good time. You ain't really supposed to brag about your own performance, so I'm not going to brag or nothing, but, you know, it was alright. But it got me thinking, like, man, I could be just sitting here talking about whatever I want, like all these fake jobs out there. And what is a job that's not a real job, you know? Like all these multi-level marketing schemes that go on. Like, I'm telling you what, man, if I have to go to one more job interview where somebody starts telling me about their business or an opportunity, if they call it a business, an opportunity, or a business opportunity, or any combination of such words, I'm out. I'm not dealing with that shit anymore. I'm telling you, people have tried to sell you a fake product to give you a fake job, and actually, sometimes it's so bad they don't even have a product, they just pretend they do. They don't even have it. Like, what are you selling? And they look at you like, what are you talking about? We're selling you. Like, man, it's crazy. You know, it doesn't help that everybody's worried about, oh, there's not enough workers. We can't find enough employees. Man, these fake jobs are not helping the real jobs out right now. Like, how many fake job interviews can one potential applicant go through before they're jaded to the whole process? Man, I'm tired of all these jobs that try to promise, like, you can earn this. If it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I mean, I could take one of these fake jobs. I could be selling health insurance in the boondocks to farmers or whatever. You know, I could be spending 4 days of my week out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the middle of nowhere. I live in Kansas. I could tell you the names of these small towns and you'll have never heard of them. I've never heard of them. I'm from this state and I've never heard of these little towns. As far as I know, they don't exist. They're not real. But you go there for 4 days out of a week and pay for your own hotel room to try to sell insurance to farmers off of an iPad or something, and they don't even want to pay you up front for this. They just want you to spend money until you get there. And it's like, that ain't going to work for me. Plus, I wouldn't be able to do this show. I wouldn't be able to go out and do comedy. I wouldn't be able to have any fun, basically. That doesn't sound fun to me. Knocking on 25 doors a day that don't even really know I'm going to be there. Like, that does not sound like fun. In a farm, like a farm town, like the country, Like, you don't want to just show up at somebody's door in the country that doesn't know you're coming. Like, this is crazy talk. I was even in the interview of this fake job, just like, does anybody get shot doing this? Like, it just sounds like a bad idea. I mean, it just does. The country's not a place to just go showing up unannounced to the doors of farmers. And, I mean, even if the farmer's not dangerous, they got dogs out there. They got so many dogs. I've delivered packages in these small towns. You gotta be careful. Sometimes you just have to throw the package out your window and take a picture. I mean, you gotta carry a bag of milk bones if you want to go door to door in the country. That's how it is. And plus, if your shit breaks down out there, you're stuck. You're stuck. There's no getting home. There's no cell phone signal. There's none of that. This insurance job was telling me that you do the whole thing off an iPad. I'm like, well, there's no service in any of these towns, so I better not need any signal. Like, better not need any data. It better be all Wi-Fi or offline, or else that's just crazy. And by the way, I probably have to pay for the iPad. I don't know. They didn't tell me that part, but I had to pay for damn near everything else to get this job. So, yeah, obviously I had to say no. And these sales jobs, people always talk about pushy sales. Oh, I don't like pushy sales, but I don't like it when salespeople are pushy. And I'm like, what does that mean? But when you interview for this job, they don't take no for an answer. They're like, the answer is yes, you show up for the job, and that's the only question you ask. So, oh, when can you start? They said, oh, we'll help you get a license to sell this insurance. Yeah, they'll help you get a license. But that doesn't mean that they're going to pay for it. That means they're going to send you an email with 10 steps on how to get the license. And you got to do them all on your own. Like, oh yeah, we helped you. We sent the email. Oh, you didn't get our email? You know that message with 10 steps? You know, the crazy part about that is that here in Kansas, if you want to sell insurance, you have to not only go through exams and take a test, which, I mean, I expected that part. I was like, yeah, they're going to want me to take a test. Like, I'll have to learn some vocabulary words. I'll have to learn some rules and regulations, probably. I'll have to learn, all kinds of stuff, right? Not only do you have to do that, but you have to go to the police department and give them your fingerprints and send that into the state of Kansas. And you have to get an FBI background check. And you have to pay for both of those things out of your own pocket. And that's like $90 here. And there's a $30 application fee. And there's 2 exams. And once you've done all of that and you send it in, then you have to get some other step. I mean, it's crazy. And finally, the state graciously decides whether or not you have earned the right to be a licensed producer of life or health insurance in the state of Kansas. You have earned the right. You have jumped through all of the procession of hoops. You are now allowed to trick farmers into buying a shitty extra policy. Amazing. The cool thing about it is if you sell it, it's a 45% commission. And at first they almost tricked me into the job with that. I was like, 45%? Well, that's almost 50%, which is half. So in my head, I'm thinking, well, I can sell this and keep half the money. That's awesome. I would like to have half of it. I mean, you're selling $1,000 policies or more. I mean, 45%. But the kicker is, they keep 25% of that for 9 months. Like, for real. You sell something, you're supposed to get 45%, but they keep a quarter of that for 9 months, and I can't remember why. See, there were so many things they told me that seemed sketchy that I've forgotten details. There were so many red flags, I forgot some. I left them there. I played enough Minesweeper as a child to know, listen, there's a lot of red flags on these insurance companies, and you're not going to remember all of them. So anyway, I was over that. And then I was like, man, I don't even really need a job. Like, somehow I've been managing to pay my rent every month all year. So I'm like, you know what? I don't really need a real job. I'll just make this show. I'll just do what I need to do. And yeah, that's what happened. That is what has been going on. Actually, now that I've started doing, my life has been pretty boring the last few weeks because, it's like work all day and then come home to work some more. But this is going to pay off. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be awesome when I start getting people in here. This episode is going to be the best one yet. Episode 2, better than episode 1. Oh, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. Each episode a little better. And maybe I'll come up with more things to talk about on my own, flying solo. But I'm trying to come up with... I did look at some news earlier today, which I normally haven't been doing. But I was like, I need material for my show and also maybe for some new jokes eventually. And I saw that the governor of California has been missing for like 10 days. And I guess nobody has seen him. They don't know where he's at. And everybody thinks it's because he got a booster shot and got sick. I heard that he had Bell's palsy, which there's another name for it, but I forgot the name. I think it's like Julianne Barr syndrome. That sounds like an actress to me. I don't remember what movie she was in. Titanic? This sounds like an old actress. Julianne Barr. Could have been one of those TV attorneys too, like Judge Judy, Judge Barr. Putting the criminals behind bars. Put on, I don't know, some stupid pun like that. They commit. But anyway, the point is, they think he's got the droopy face. That's what happens. You get that shit in your face I can't fake it. There's no way to fake it. But your face looks like this, okay? Everything gets pulled down on one side. And this can last for months. So we're going to know if it's real. Because Mr. Newsom is not going to... he's not going to be able to hide from this one forever. If you got Bell's palsy, we're all going to see it. You're going to have to let it out. I think it's just a distraction. They want you to think about Newsom because they don't want you to think about Biden. They don't want you to think about the president. They don't want you to think about the vice president. They don't want you to think about the Speaker of the House. Because 2 of them can barely speak. And one of them, we haven't seen her for years, even though she's only been around for like a year in the public eye. We don't know any of it. I think Kamala's chilling. I think she's just trying to stay under the radar. I think she's probably tired of this crap. They put her into the worst position ever, and she's probably pissed off. And Nancy Pelosi's been rambling. Biden's been rambling. I really think this is crazy, but somebody's grandkids need to get them in a home already. Who is the power of attorney? Okay, can we get the president's power of attorney in here to sign some paperwork and get this man a retirement retreat, put him in a village somewhere, give him a nice sunset on a beach, looking out of a window, sitting in a wheelchair? Because, we want him inside. We don't want him wandering. These old folks, they go wandering around. They get out of the retirement home and they walk around the neighborhood. You know that? Sometimes they get lost. You could lose your grandma in Walmart. You could. You're going to have to get a leash. Somebody needs to get a leash so we know where they're at. All these old politicians. They're like America's grandparents. And they're just pooping themselves and they're just not making any sense. And, somebody get them in a home. Man. They got Medicare. They can get some sort of help. Too bad that normal Americans don't get Medicare. Well, actually, normal Americans do get Medicare. Eventually, if you get super old, yeah, you just gotta wait. Hang in there. If you can't afford insurance now, millennials, just wait 30 more years. 35 for some of us. Maybe a few more years for others. But the point is, we just got to hang in there. We just got to hang in there for a few more decades, okay? And then we get the government-provided health care policy, all right? It'll be all right. We just hang in for a few more decades, and we can get like $200 a month on Social Security. It's all they have left, but it's the best you're going to get. You may as well take it. And like, I don't know how Medicare works really, so I'm not going to pontificate on that. But I'm saying we're still in the game. Millennials, we've got this. We're not done yet, all right? We're going to have a nice view of the hottest, brightest, most orange sunset ever. It's going to be fantastic. You're not going to believe it. All these old people who have screwed us and made bad decisions, they're not going to be around to see the world's hottest sunset in 30 years or whatever. What else happens in 30 years? I don't think anybody's got their calendar that far out. I know what's predicted to be in about, actually maybe not even 30 years, maybe like 25. What is it, 2021? So if we were in like 2045, yeah, 25, 30 years is going to be supposedly a grand solar minimum. I hope this is right. The point in time where the sun has like the least amount of activity in solar flares. I'm sure you've heard of the solar flares because one hit us on Halloween. It messed up all the phone service, and I know my phone was messing up all day long for like Friday at least. I don't know about Saturday. Halloween was what, Sunday? I don't even remember at this point. It's been at least a week. But yeah, so never fear. In 20 years, we don't have to worry about solar flares for a while. So you can get all of the good data, signal, 5G, 4G, LTE you want. There's going to be no interference, which is good for cell phones. That's good. You know, they're probably going to have cell phones by that time that you just put in your head. Like you know what I think they're going to do? Because people are going to be scared of like implants. People aren't going to want to like plug wires into their brainstem. People aren't going to want to like, at least I don't. Maybe some people would want that. I think they're going to come up with like a patch or like I don't know how they'll do it. They'll have like a tattoo or like a patch that you just put on your skin, and that somehow has like the circuit board that makes the computer work, and all of a sudden you're getting programmed remotely. They're going to have little scanner guns that can, you know, hack your little computer chip tattoo, and it's going to mess everything up. People are going to steal your data that way. They're going to fucking take your bitcoins, everything off of a tattoo on your arm. Somebody's just going to have a little scanner gun and take your bitcoins. And also, I don't really want brain implants, man, because honestly, it's going to turn into something stupid. Like, everybody thought the internet was so badass. Everybody thought, oh, it's like free radio and free TV shows and free this and free that and free see what your friends are bitching about and free see what celebrities are doing and all this, except it ain't free because they sell all your data and they give you ads. That's going to be the first thing they do. You're going to put this chip in your head, and the first thing you're going to see is a Doritos commercial. The first thing you're going to see is a happy gay ghost couple that's trying to eat Doritos, but they can't because now they're ghosts. And it's like, we're happy for you that you found love in the afterlife, but you can't have chips. And that's why I don't want chips inside of my brain, because they're just going to try to sell me things. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to sell us shit all day long. You know, now it's hard enough to get away from an ad. You got ads on your phone. You got ads on your computer. You got ads on your TV. You got ads on the gas pump. I swear they're going to find ways to put ads on your refrigerator. If you have one of those smart fridges with a little screen on it, you're going to have ads on your refrigerator. You're going to have to watch a 15-second commercial for Liberty Mutual that's some stupid ad and you're gonna have to wait for that shit. You can't even open the door. You're like, fuck, I just wanted to make a sandwich with the stupid insurance companies. And I'm telling you, that's another reason I didn't want to sell insurance. I was like, man, I fucking hate all the ads these companies have. And anyway, maybe I'm getting off topic here, but I really am concerned for the future. I think Elon Musk needs to chill out with Neuralink. Just leave that shit. Forget about it. Focus on SpaceX. Focus on... They're going to run out of money making these rockets. They're going to put giant LEDs on the side of these space rockets to play advertisements as they launch to the moon. They're going to be trying to sell you some Neutrogena body wash or something. You know, that it's going to be something. It's just going to be there all the time. It's crazy. You have no idea how many brands of bullshit items that you'll never buy in your life are in your brain because of advertisements. Ads drive me crazy. I can't believe people put up with ads. I hate them. And one day I'm going to need them to get paid, but I hate them. And I saw a YouTube comment the other day that was like, talking about how this person was looking forward to the internet and personalization of ads because they were like, oh, all the ads will be for stuff I actually want. And I'm like, who thinks that way? Who wakes up every morning thinking, oh boy, I hope they try to sell me some shit that I'm interested in. I just love spending money on frivolous items that are in my niche. It's like, I don't get it. This consumer just, it's garbage. I hate it. This commercialized bullshit, fake ass plastic fucking selling you everything. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy when they put a chip in your brain and all day long is just Progressive and Doritos and Frito-Lays and some car you can't afford. I hope that your broke ass has a brain chip and all they advertise to you all day is a BMW and a Lamborghini and you're like, fuck, I can't afford these cars and they keep showing it to me. I hope that's on Peloton bikes. They'll try to sell you that shit and Nordic tracks or whatever. That's what I hope. I hope all you assholes are happy when you have a chip in your brain that just shows you things you can't afford all day long, every day. That's what it's going to be. That's the future. And we still don't have flying cars yet. The future is bullshit. And I want to hit the desk, but it's going to fuck up the audio. This was awesome. Listen, this might be a shorter recording, but I'm calling it. This is episode 2, and now I have to figure out how to put it together and release it for everyone's viewing pleasure on the internet, where there won't be ads because I don't have any monetization anywhere yet. But one day I will. I'll have ads for ad blockers. That's what I'll advertise.